referees got caught, but oh, there goes a pane of glass.
That's great stuff.
In NHL history.
Oh my!
All your fault. It might be. Here's a bouncing puck in front. Crosby!
Way through. It's Vanek with it though. Backhands one in front.
From a hole in the ice to weird celebration, these are the weirdest.
"20 craziest moments in NHL history." From the audience flashing players to rats being thrown onto the rink. From career-ending hits to rats being thrown onto the ice to miracle comebacks, these are the 20 most shocking moments that defined modern NHL history. You won't believe number one, because it happened when nobody was watching. 20. The Miracle in Motown, 2016. 13.4 seconds left in the game. Detroit leading 2-1. The Hurricanes goalie heads to the bench. What happened next defied all odds. Hurricanes forward Jeff Skinner somehow finding the puck in a scramble, sending it to Justin Falk, who scores with just 1 second remaining. But that wasn't even the craziest part. The Hurricanes would go on to win it in overtime, stunning 20,000 Red Wing fans into complete silence. 19. Malarchuk's near-fatal injury, 2008. We've all seen the 1989 incident.
Watch Malarchuk. That's the story right now with the red.
But in 2008, history nearly repeated itself. Florida Panthers' Richard Zednik's throat was slashed by a teammate's skate, cutting his carotid artery. Blood immediately pooled on the ice as medical staff rushed to save his life. Unlike Malarchuk's incident, this one happened in high definition, making it even more terrifying for viewers. Zednik lost 5 units of blood, but survived, returning to the ice the following season. 18. The Lightning Strike, 2019. The Tampa Bay Lightning tied the NHL record with 62 regular season wins. They were unstoppable, until they weren't. In perhaps the most shocking playoff collapse in NHL history, they were swept in the first round by the 8th-seeded Columbus Blue Jackets. Not just beaten, dominated. The team that scored 325 goals in the regular season managed just 8 in 4 playoff games. 17. The McDavid Moment, 2023. Connor McDavid had already broken records, but what he did on February 15th, 2023 left the hockey world speechless. In a game against the Chicago Blackhawks, he scored what many call the goal of the century, beating 5 defenders and the goalie. He did something that shouldn't be possible on ice. The goal went viral beyond hockey circles, reaching millions who'd never watched the sport before. 16. The Boston Miracle, 2013. Down 4-1 to Toronto with 11 minutes left in Game 7. Series over, right? Wrong. The Bruins scored 3 goals in the final 11 minutes, including 2 in the final 2 minutes with their goalie pulled. Patrice Bergeron's overtime winner didn't just end a game, it shattered the Maple Leaf spirit for years to come. 15. Crosby's golden goal, 2010. The entire nation of Canada held its breath. Olympic gold on the line. Overtime against the USA. Sidney Crosby receives a pass from Jarome Iginla, and Sidney Crosby, the golden goal. The moment transcended hockey, becoming a piece of Canadian history. The roar in Vancouver was heard across the country. 14. John Scott's AllStar story, 2016. The NHL tried to stop it. The fans made it happen anyway. John Scott, a career enforcer, voted into the All-Star game as a joke. But what happened next was no joke. Scott didn't just show up, he dominated, scoring 2 goals, winning MVP, and being carried off the ice on his teammates' shoulders. Sometimes, the best stories write themselves. 13. The lockout that changed everything, 2004 to 05. For the first time in NHL history, an entire season was canceled. No Stanley Cup was awarded. The sport itself had to be reimagined. When hockey returned, it was different. New rules, new style, new era. Sometimes the wildest moments are the ones that change the game forever. 12. The Save, 2018. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Vegas Golden Knights looking unstoppable. Alex Tuch has a wide open net. Then out of nowhere, Braden Holtby makes what many call the greatest save in playoff history. His diving stick save preserved Washington's lead and changed the entire series. The Capitals would go on to win their first Stanley Cup. 11. Fight Night at the Joe, 2002. Red Wings versus Avalanche. Bad blood from years of rivalry. 11 fights, a total of 148 penalty minutes. Goalies throwing punches at center ice. This wasn't just a game. It was the last great showing of hockey's blood feud era. We'll never see anything like it again. 10. The Winter Classic Revolution, 2008. Snow falling on Ralph Wilson Stadium. 71,217 fans watching hockey outdoors. The Pittsburgh Penguins facing the Buffalo Sabres in the first Winter Classic. Sidney Crosby's shootout winner through the snowflakes created an instant classic. The NHL would never be the same. Outdoor games became must-see events. 9. The 2012 Kings run. 8th seed. Nobody gave them a chance. Then, the LA Kings went on the most dominant playoff run in NHL history. They went up 3-0 in every series, taking down the top 3 seeds in the West before beating the Devils for the Cup. They didn't just win, they rewrote what was possible in the playoffs. 8. Ovechkin vs. Crosby, the perfect game, 2009. Game 2, Eastern Conference semifinals. The two greatest players of their generation put on a show that seems impossible. Both Ovechkin and Crosby score hat tricks in the same playoff game. 8 points between them. One game that proved why hockey needed both of its superstars. 7. The Ray Emery Fight, 2013. November 1st, 2013. The score, 7-0 Capitals. What happened next was unprecedented. Flyers goalie Ray Emery skated the length of the ice and forced unwilling Capitals goalie Braden Holtby into a fight. It sparked league-wide debate about fighting in hockey and led to rule changes about goalie fights. 6. The Chara Hit, 2011. Max Pacioretty heading up the ice. Zdeno Chara riding him into the stanchion. The hit led to criminal investigations, sparked debates about rink safety, and changed how the NHL designed its arenas. The moment wasn't just violent, it was a turning point in how hockey viewed player safety. 5. The St. Louis Story, 2019. Last place in January, first place in June. The St. Louis Blues went from the NHL's basement to Stanley Cup champions in 5 months. Jordan Binnington, a rookie goalie, and Laura Branigan's Gloria became the unlikely symbols of the greatest mid-season turnaround in NHL history. 4. The Patrick Stefan miss, 2007. Empty net, final seconds, game over. Or not. Patrick Stefan of the Dallas Stars somehow missed an empty net from point-blank range. The puck bounced over his stick, and the Oilers went back the other way to tie the game with 2 seconds left. It became known as the worst miss in NHL history. 3. The Vegas Miracle, 2018.
A $20 bet could pay $10,000 if the Vegas Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup.
An expansion team isn't supposed to make the playoffs. They definitely aren't supposed to reach the Stanley Cup Finals. But the Vegas Golden Knights rewrote every rule in their inaugural season. Led by Marc-Andre Fleury and a cast of golden misfits, they captured the hearts of not just Las Vegas, but the entire hockey world. Their run to the finals wasn't just improbable, it was supposed to be impossible. 2. The Bertuzzi Incident, 2004. We open with it because it changed everything. Todd Bertuzzi's attack on Steve Moore remains the darkest moment in modern NHL history. A premeditated act of violence that ended one career and further altered another. The punch, the fall, and the aftermath led to criminal charges, a civil lawsuit, and fundamental changes to how the NHL polices on-ice violence. The footage still shocks viewers to this day. 1. The Pandemic Bubble, 2020. The wildest NHL moment of the modern era happened in empty arenas. When COVID-19 shut down the world, the NHL did the unthinkable. Created 2 bubble cities, testing players daily, and completing the season in isolation. The Tampa Bay Lightning would lift the Stanley Cup in an empty arena. No fans in sight, no parade to follow. The sounds of celebration echoing through vacant stands created an atmosphere we'll hopefully never see again. But here's what many don't know about that bubble season.